All, welcome to this session. This is Tyagaraju. In this session, we will discuss how to develop a C program to find the roots of a quadratic equation. The quadratic equation, in the sense, it will be of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, since the degree is 2, we will have two roots of equation, and the roots of equations may be of three types. That is, roots may be real and distinct, real and equal, and complex number. Okay, the roots, it actually depends upon the discriminant value. Okay, based on the discriminant value, whether it is equal to 0 or greater than 0 or lesser than 0, the roots can be classified into three categories. Okay, as a initial step of the program development, we will include all the possible, all required head of files like stdio.h, mat.h, stdlib.h. Okay, now we'll start with declaring all the necessary variables. Say here we need variables particularly for the representing the coefficients and discriminant. Okay, discriminant and also roots. Okay, the declaration of the variables, necessary variables. Okay, then int a comma b comma c, then float d comma x1 comma x2 comma real. Okay, then printf. Here d, particularly d stands for the discriminant. Okay, x1 and x2 stands for the roots, two types of roots, possible roots for computing the roots. Okay, here abc is required for the coefficients. We are taking integer coefficient. You have to remember that it is an integer coefficient. Okay, coefficients. Now we will ask the user to enter all the coefficients. That is three coefficients. Enter three coefficients. Enter three coefficients. We will enter all the three coefficients. Okay, then we will store it in some variables like a, b, and c correspondingly. Okay, we will store it in a, b, and c. Since a, b, and c are integers, we will take three integers, three conversion specified percentage d for a, second percentage d for b, third percentage d for c. That is comma ampersand a comma ampersand b comma ampersand c. Okay, then we have to check whether the entered values are proper or not. Okay, therefore if a equal to 0 and b equal to 0, okay, and c equal to 0, that means the user has entered all the three values, that is a equal to 0, b equal to 0, c is equal to 0. In that case, the input itself is invalid. Since all the values are 0, we don't have any equation left out to compute the roots of the quadratic equations. Since a equals 0, b equals 0, therefore a square plus bx plus c, actually it becomes 0. There is no question of computing the root. There will be no roots at all. Okay, then therefore we will write invalid input. Then exit. Okay, there is no need to further computation, therefore we will exit here itself. Okay, suppose he has entered properly, that means another case you will take. So this is the case 1. Okay, this is all the values are, okay, all entered values are invalid. All entered values are invalid. Then we will go for the another if condition, in where we will have a equal to 0. A equal to 0. Okay, then in this case what actually happens? Okay, in this case it become linear equation. Okay, linear equation. Okay, linear equation. Okay, linear equation will end with semicolon. Semicolon is very important. Okay, if we miss semicolon, the program will not run in proper way. It will end with error. Okay, since it is a linear equation, it will have root, but it will have only one root. Percentage of slash n. Okay, slash n comma minus c by b. Okay, minus c by b. Here also we'll have exit. Okay, exit 0. Okay, here linear equation in the sense it will be of the form bx plus c equal to 0. Bx plus c equal to 0. The root equal to percentage of slash n minus c by b, exit 0. Then, okay, this is now we have got two cases. We encountered the two cases. We now left with the proper case. That is, all the entered values are in proper condition. That means the entered values are proper. Okay. Therefore, we have to calculate the discriminant. Okay, discriminant calculation is necessary once all the values entered values are correct. Okay, this we will call it as a discriminant. Okay, calculation of discriminant. Then r equal to r equal to square root of, you will take another or is an intermediate variable for further root calculation. It is required for further root calculation. Okay, here absolute value of d we have to take. B square minus 5 4ac. Sometimes it becomes negative. In that cases you will have to take absolute value. Therefore, if d, that means discriminant value, is greater than 0, that means we have got three cases here. Okay, if it is greater than 0, the roots are real and distinct. Roots are real and distinct. Okay, then what are those roots? Okay, the roots are, first of all, you have to calculate x1 equal to x1 equal to minus b plus r, minus b plus r, minus b plus r slash 2.0 star a. Then x2 equal to minus b minus r slash 2.0 star a. Okay, then you will printf, then slash n, the roots are real and distinct. The roots are real and distinct. Then what are those roots? Okay, what are those roots? We will just print those. The roots are slash n. Okay, slash n. Okay, then I'll end with once again semicolon is very important here. Okay, otherwise it will show error. Okay. Okay, then what are those roots? We'll just see the print those roots. Printf slash n root 1 equal to percentage f slash n, okay, slash n comma x1. Okay, then printf second root Second root is root 2 equal to percentage f slash n comma x2 comma x2. Okay, this is actually the b greater than 0. The roots are real and distinct. Okay, real and distinct. Okay, then the next one is if suppose. If suppose if else if d is equal to 0. Okay, else if d equal to 0, then there is be two roots, but both the roots will be equal to 0, therefore equal to each other. Therefore we will take x1 equal to x2 equal to minus b slash 2.0 star a, then I'll end with semicolon. Okay, minus b by 2.0 star a. Okay, then the next one is the roots are, we have to print this. Okay, print f slash n, the roots are real and equal. Okay, real and equal. Roots are real and equal. Okay, then the printf slash n, the roots are slash n. Okay, then printf slash n root 1 equal to root 2 equal to percentage f. Okay, percentage f comma x1. Okay, then this is the two possible roots, that is x1 equal to x2 equal to minus b by 2.0 into a. The roots are real and equal. Okay, and these roots are root 1 equal to root 2 equal to percentage of comma x1. We have taken only x1 because there is no need to display once again x2. Okay, now we have left with last case. Okay, you can write the comment here. What is this case stands for? The roots are real and equal. Roots are real and equals. Yes, else block. Okay, then else block x1 equal to minus b by 2.0 star a. Okay, minus b by 2.0 star a. Okay, then x2 equal to r divided by 2.0 star a. Then you end with then printf slash n, the roots are imaginary. Then what are those roots? Okay, roots are imaginary, and these roots are printf slash n, the roots are. Okay, what are those roots? The first root is, okay, the printf slash n, okay, slash n, the root 1. Okay, root 1 is percentage f plus I star percentage f slash n. Okay, slash n comma x1 comma x2 comma x2. printf slash n root 2 percentage f minus I star percentage f slash n comma x1 comma x2, x1 comma x2. Okay, then okay, this is the imaginary part. Okay, we actually had three cases here. The roots are imaginary. They are complex in nature. Okay, they have to be displayed in the form of a plus iv, that is x plus I star y. In this form it will be there. Here x is the real part and y is the imaginary part. Okay, since we don't have a direct data structure to display the complex number as it is in the case of C program, we will have to make some alternative arrangement using printf statement. Printf root 1 percentage f plus I into percentage f. Here x1 is the real part and x2 is the imaginary part. We have used the variables x1 and x2 as imaginary and real part. Okay. Okay, therefore, however, we can take this as a x1 like a real part. Okay, this one is imaginary part instead of x1 and x2. Okay, this one is real part, imaginary part. Okay, variables should be proper naming convention. Okay, it must have proper namings. Okay, real part, imaginary part. Okay, real part, imaginary part. Here, therefore, we have to declare here real part, comma, imaginary part. Okay, this is how to develop a C program using that is C program for computing the quadratic equations. Okay, we will now compile and check any errors are there. Okay, for example, semicolon is missing once again. Okay, minus b plus r. Okay, x1 equal to minus b plus r. Here you have to use minus b plus r 2.0 star a star b. Expected okay, colon bracket was missing here. Okay, bracket was missing. Okay, we just check there. Okay, now no errors. Okay, now no errors. We will go for finding the output. Okay, we will have different types of the execution here. First one is enter 3 coefficient. I will enter say 1, 4, 4. You will have roots are real and equal. This is for the roots are real and equal. Okay, because discriminant becomes equal to 0. Therefore, root 1 equal to 2 equal to minus 2.000 like this. Then I will once again execute for the second possible types of roots. So that is 1, minus 5, minus 5 and 6. The roots are real and distinct. This is the second type. Okay, both the roots are positive in nature and they are both are different here. Okay, we will go for the next one, next execution. Okay, then here third run here at 2, 3, 4. Here the roots are imaginary. Root 1 is 0.75 plus I into 1.19. 8. Similarly, root 2 equal to 0.75 minus I into 1. Now this is the third one. We'll check for the last type of execution. Say, okay, then here enter 3 coefficients. Here 1, sorry, 0, 0, 0. We'll check what it is. Invalid input. Okay. Now the program is working correctly and it is executing all type of the routes. Okay, this is the way how to develop a C program to find the roots of quadratic equations. Okay, in this session we have discussed how to develop a C program using if and else conditions. Okay, the approach that we have followed is if and else. Okay, here we have used if block, another if statement, else statement. Okay, here in else block we have got once again if else. Okay, nested if else statements we have got. Okay, like this we have used the if else. You can use even switch case statement also. This is the one possible approach to determine the roots of the quadratic equations. Okay, thank you all. Once again, we'll meet in the next session by solving different problems with the C program. Thank you all once again. Happy learning.